Everybody, random thoughts leaving the gym. I mean, I am a hot mess, but I did have my microphone. So I clipped that to my shirt here to hopefully have better audio quality. You know, as I was sitting here, I was thinking about a message exchange that I have been experiencing on YouTube lately. And it was a comment that I had made on another pretty big influencer's channel regarding my perceptions of something. And I'm sitting here just like laughing, like I woke up this morning with I don't want to say they're attacks because they're not really attacks, but they're just like really different perceptions. And I'm thinking, you know, it's just fascinating to me how people sometimes choose to see what they want to see in someone's words rather than within what's the context of what that person is really talking about. Because this is something human beings do a lot. We will bring in our own English, our own spin, our own filter, and paste it over what somebody else is saying to us. And then we call that thing real. And then we attempt to try to make the other person wrong or bad for whatever it is that they are saying. So as this was going on, this has been going on for a couple of days. And again, it's nothing like too harrowing. And I'm choosing to stay in it. I've taken full responsibility for that because I'm practicing expressing myself in shorter implements, like shorter, because these are little tiny boxes. And you guys know that, gosh, texting in a box to me drives me crazy. So, but I'm practicing. I'm going to try to be more succinct with what I'm saying and maybe people will understand. And it's fascinating to see the shift in the conversation because number one, I am not getting myself rattled about it. I'm not getting upset about it. I'm not getting into my ego about it. I'm staying very, very neutral and understanding that these people are seeing my words through a particular lens. And I'm okay with that because that's what it is. But it's important to understand, you all, that this is a common occurrence in our everyday lives, even with the people that are most close to us. Because our experiences, coupled with our unique processing and any wounds that have come along the way, they are going to produce a filter through which we see the world. And that means that things that people say to us may not always be as received as they would hope them to be, and vice versa, which means things that we are saying to other people may not always be as clearly received as we would hope that they are. This is why communication is so freaking incredibly important. And I've known this in my tender 20s because I remember every time somebody got married, I wrote in their card, communicate, communicate, communicate. Because something inside of me knew that things can be so misconstrued. And even if somebody is not understanding you off the gate, like you start to say something and they get all defensive and get crazy and you're like, oh my gosh, you're not getting what I'm saying. This is common. Don't be a hater. Don't get mad at them. Don't just throw in the towel. Stop and say, let me try to restate this. Keep trying to restate things. And a key thing here is to really slow down. Because a lot of times we just want our point to be gotten like that. And when the person doesn't get our point like that, then we just want to we get mad or we start talking faster or we start talking louder or we start talking over that person because we so desperately want to be heard. And sometimes that little bugger ego just wants to be right. So all of this is causing a great big mess, as you can tell what I'm talking about. Our perceptions, our wounding, our filters, the fact that we want to be right, the fact that we want to be heard. Let's slow down. Let's work on our filters, our wounding, the fact that the other person wants to be heard. Let's work on slowing down. Let's work on being better listeners, better understanders, listening with our hearts rather than our minds, rather than trying to win or to convince something of somebody else. Communication is key in relationships, and there's a healthy and productive way to communicate, and there's an unhealthy and unproductive way to communicate. And I've done both. I'm going to be completely frank here. I have done some unhealthy communicating in my past. And I don't want to do that anymore because I know it goes nowhere. So why beat our heads against the wall and keep doing the same thing that is not working? Isn't that Einstein's definition of insanity? When we keep doing the same thing, hoping for a different result? If it's not working, use your personal power to change the only person that you have the power to change, which is little old, beautiful, brilliant, gorgeous, and powerful you. And I'm going to work on continuing to work on me. Now, this doesn't mean we don't set boundaries. I need to disclaim that right away. If someone's being harmful to us in any way or disrespecting to us, boundaries are crucial. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm talking about in these everyday arguments or disagreements or lack of understandings that we're having with our loved ones. Y'all know you have them. I still have them in my family. You know, they happen all the time, but we've gotten to a place where we can really slow this shit down. And let me hear you and you hear me. And because guess what, you guys? 99% of all disagreements, there is a difference in perception. This person is seeing it this way, you're seeing it this way. When you can start to understand each other's perceptions, you're going to find this beautiful middle ground. And maybe there's not an answer, but there's an understanding. So I hope you enjoyed this little rando jump in my car after the gym moment in this ratty old t-shirt I have and my glasses around my neck and all in Kristen splendor. Okay, you guys, if you did, please be sure to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications if you're new here, and also comment below. Let me know what you think of this video. Let me have any ideas that you have on other videos. Oh, it's saying it's connected to my AirPods. I hope you guys are getting audio from this, because that would really suck if I just recorded all this and you didn't. Much love, everybody. Peace.